Hello, everybody. Welcome to Peegs.com. We are here at Assembly Hall, Indiana. Winners tonight, 69-61 over Incarnate Word. The Hoosiers are now 4-0. He's Trevor Andershock. I'm Jeff Rabjohns. We're here to go through the details. Obviously, big thing. Obviously, winning is the key thing. The thing that stands out the most as far as what happened, IU had its first tough shooting night. They go 5 for 24 from three-point line. The five starters were 3 for 16 from three. But Trevor, let's start with this. They did win the game in your eyes, even though they had a bad shooting night. What were the things that stood out to you as far as why they won?
Well, I think you still start with the shot quality that IU was getting. I mean, they were getting clean, open looks throughout the game. They just didn't make them tonight. You got your shooters the shots they want. I think you want to get Lamar Wilkerson a few more shots.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't very aggressive tonight. He didn't hit any threes for the first time in the IU uniform. But overall, the shot quality was really good. I thought that's one of the good things. You have the impact from Sam Alexis and Trent Sisley off the bench again in that first half. Really productive there. I think that's another really good bright spot. And in the first half, the defense I thought was excellent, forcing Incarnate Word into mid-range pull-up shots. Second half, they started taking more threes, better looks off the dribble. But I thought that first half defense was really good from IU.
Yeah, it was. They had a couple minutes there at the start of the game where it took them a few minutes to get going, but the defense was really good. And I think the defense, plus Sam Alexis and Trent Sisley, who combined for 26 points, that was the reason Indiana led by 19 with a little less than 13 minutes to go. So they played well for a good stretch. But I like the point you made about the shot quality. They did not take a single three that I looked at and said, "Oh my gosh, what is that?" Some were a little challenged, but Tucker can make those turnarounds. Tatum Connerway's passing. Let's talk about that for a minute. I thought that was good once again.
Yeah, first half it was excellent, especially when Incarnate Word was going to the 1-3-1 zone and even in the man-to-man. Connerway's passing is just excellent. Not only does he deliver the ball where it needs to be, but he sees where the defense is going to be. He manipulates where the defenders will be, and he gets the pass to an IU teammate in a position to score. I think that's an underrated part of it. He's throwing more to a spot than the actual player most of the time, and it leads to an easy bucket for his teammates.
Yeah, and to me, that speaks to what they're running on offense and the fact that the players, not only is their buy-in, but there's a pretty good level of understanding just 4 games in. I mean, this is an entirely new group, and they really have an understanding of what they're trying to do. Your thoughts on Sam Alexis and Trent Sisley, as far as a little bit more about what you like from what they did to produce off the bench?
Well, we've talked about the shooting woes, and both of them really thrive around the rim. Sam Alexis had 4 dunks in the first half, really, propelling and providing his offensive game was all at the rim. And I think that really helps a team like IU, where a lot of their actions are geared for the outside. You have Sam Alexis who's diving to the rim, can catch passes, lobs and other things because he's coordinated, he's strong, and he knows how to finish. I think that's probably the thing that sticks out most about him. And it continues to be one game Reed Bailey stepped up, the next game it's Sam Alexis, and they kind of just keep playing off each other. And that, again, happened tonight with Sam Alexis getting the majority of the first half minutes. Trent Sisley, I think his energy stood out right away. Getting basically 4 rebounds in the first couple minutes he was on the floor. I think that's what really stood out about the freshman tonight.
Yeah, I agree. And, obviously people are noticing the fact that he can make shots, but he was really doing that latter stages of his Heritage Hills career, and certainly at Montverde. It's how he became team MVP for Montverde his senior year. But people are now seeing the shot making. But his energy, I agree with you. I thought that was a big thing. The whole game just had a little, I don't want to say lethargic. It was kind of like, I mean, it never really got really going, other than there was a late stretch there where the fans got into it. But Sisley, he had 8 rebounds his first 12 minutes on the floor. He came in and was just busting it, brought energy, brought hustle, just brought a little bit of aggression. And I think that was one of the things that kind of helped IU.
Yeah. And I think the overall energy was pretty good. Darren DeVries mentioned in the post game, Incarnate Word zone, their full court pressure took IU out of that rhythm. And when you don't have offensive rhythm, you can kind of look lethargic and, out of rhythm and those things. But I thought the energy was still there. It was just their inability to get out in transition, and then you didn't get many offensive rebounds for putback. I thought that's what really held IU back when you throw in the fact, going 5 out of 24 from 3 as well.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm not saying guys didn't play hard. It just sort of the game never really felt like it was really,
Yeah.
really going. And that 1-3-1 did just sort of just discombobulated some things. It just kind of made IU slow down. Have to, okay, how do we do this? Because like DeVries said, they played a lot of 2-3 zone, only a little 1-3-1 for a possession or two here or there. So IU had to kind of adjust. But I also like the fact that okay, a team that's playing a defense that they really hadn't played all year. And so you have to adjust in game. You got to go, okay, what are we going to do against this? And they were able to flip levers pretty quickly and get some things going, I thought.
And again, that kind of speaks to the rhythm part of it. Because even though IU played well against the 1-3-1, it made them think, it made them slow down the tempo, it made them, get organized, and that just ruins your rhythm. Even when you make a couple passes, get a wide open look or a dunk, it's still taking you out of that rhythm that you need when they do go back to man-to-man.
Definitely, definitely. And certainly there's a more energetic feeling when shots go in.
Yeah.
Just in the building.
The game is very different when the ball goes through the net, and we saw that tonight. Like, if they do exactly the same thing and you make 8-10 threes again, it's a totally different feel to the game.
Yeah, they only made 5 threes tonight. They'd made 10 or more each of their first 3 games. So if you throw 15 points on the board, it's a 20-point win.
It's a much easier game.
Yeah, I like your theory. The game's easier and the ball goes to the hoop. That's good stuff. So anyway, so IU found a way to win. They were able to fight through some things. They're 4-0 now, so they got the win. And like DeVries said post game, you look at it, you learn from it, you move on. You do look at the why. Okay, why did this happen? What are maybe some things that you can do better next time? But overall, they still got the win when they didn't shoot it well.
Yeah, it's always better to learn from a win than a loss, especially against a team like this where a loss would it wouldn't kill your hopes for an NCAA tournament, but it would at least hurt your seeding if you're on the picture or on the bubble. It would really hurt. So you learn from it. Obviously, defensive rebounding again early on really poor. You got to figure out a way to get more rhythm, even against a 1-3-1 or any type of junk defense. And then obviously you hope they find a few more easy buckets when the threes aren't falling. I thought that was also a big thing in the second half. IU was getting open looks around the rim. Connor Enright had a couple. Tucker DeVries had 1 or 2. And then they hesitate and they don't take it.
Yeah.
That really kills you. You got to be in the rhythm, and you got to pass up. You can't pass up those really good looks hoping to get an excellent one. I mean, you're in the lane. You're pretty much wide open. You got to take those shots, and IU passed up at least a handful of them tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And that's, you make a normal amount of threes, throw in a couple more bunnies that you make 25, 26, 28-point wins. So I didn't have a problem with anything that they did other than, like you said, a little bit of hesitation around the rim in the paint. Then defensive rebounding early on was a little bit of an issue. But overall, Indiana moves to 4-0. So that'll wrap it up for us here at Assembly Hall. For Peegs.com, he's Trevor Andershock. I'm Jeff Rabjohns. We'll see you later on Peegs.com.